What is up, my favorite people in the world? How are you? I am sharing with you today my November goals, and I have them over here. I'm going to put them up on the screen right there so you can see them too as I go through them. But I am so excited to come to you today with these goals. One thing, let me just be honest though, one thing that I was not doing, as if you have not been able to look at my social or my YouTube channels, I've not been consistently sharing my goals. And I had some big goals for this year. And full disclosure, I'm not going to hit my big financial goals this year. But it's because I did not keep them front of mind. I was not reviewing them every day. I was not creating this monthly game plan that I should have been consistently creating, but I am doing that now. And I am so excited to end this year strong and start off next year even better because hello, mama's got some goals she wants to hit. But I wanted to share with you. So I was looking up why and how people hit their goals. And I found it really fascinating. There was like this university, was it University of Scranton? But they said that they did this study and that 92% of people who create goals do not hit them because they don't continue to strive and to actually hit them. They're not reviewing them every day. They're not setting realistic goals for themselves, and they're not holding themselves to the standards that they should be holding themselves to in order to hit these goals. And so after reviewing that, I took some time to journal and say, am I holding myself to the standard of, hey, you're somebody who wants to hit this goal. Are you committed to actually hitting it? Are you saying that you want to do it and you're not going to do it at all? And so I journaled one full page around that, and it was real eye opening. So, yeah, I don't think I was committed to hitting it before, but after reviewing this now, I'm like, you know what? Okay, it's time. It is time for me to really hone in and put my goals where they need to be, which is on the front burner, not the back burner. And I'm ready to share them with you. And so for November, I have four different areas that I have for my goals. I have personal, I have business, I have finance. And then because we have a ton of house projects, I actually have like a Google spreadsheet of projects that we need to do. And I think we have like 24 projects that are set for us to do, like small things like painting, changing out light things, like the small stuff that we can do. And then I also have a separate tab on there for stuff that we need to hire out. So I'm like, home projects need to be on this list as well now. So let's jump in. For November, my personal goals, I want to read 2 books. Um, Actually, I would love to read more than that. As I am creating this video, I just thought I actually believe that in my Goodreads, if you've not heard of Goodreads, it's like a book review slash like place where you can track your books. You can see your friends' books that they've read, that they suggest, that they've rated, things like that. And it's a really cool tool. But in there, I said I wanted to read 20 books for the year. And I believe I am only at 12 or 13, which means I have to up my book count for this month. And I also include books that I listen to, because I listen to Audible when I drop the kids off at school. And I love, like, once they get out of the car, I'm listening to it. If I'm driving around, if I have to go to, we live in a tiny town where the real big towns are like 30, 45 minutes away. So then if I have to drive to one of those towns, then I am actually listening to an Audible, depending on my mood. Sometimes I just need to like rock a playlist, but I digress. Anyway, so I'm going to probably have to readjust that once I go in and look at my Goodreads and see, because that is an important goal for me to hit this year, because all the last years I've not really hit the goal. I've not really read as much as I wanted to. And it's important to me to read a little bit of fiction, read a little bit of personal development, because I feel like it just allows you to lose yourself And when you're reading the personal development books, it also allows you to grow and recognize things where you're like, huh, I didn't notice that about myself, but I noticed myself doing that now. My second personal goal is I want to work out 4 times a week. 2 of those times I want to do weightlifting. So something with weights. The other 2 can be cardio, yoga. I'm really into yoga and Pilates. Like I really appreciate that mind body that I get when I do that, because I tend to, with my ADHD, my head tends to like spin and spiral with all the extra things. If you can't tell, I'm sure you can. But being able to do yoga Pilates where I don't have the time essentially to think, when they're saying, okay, breathe in through your nose, now go into downward dog, breathe out through your mouth, exhale. Like that is giving me cues on what to do. So I'm thinking about those cues, taking the actions and moving. So it really helps to calm my mind. And I really appreciate that. My third goal is I really want to start getting 50 grams of protein in daily. Now, let me tell you, I used to be phenomenal at this. I would actually be getting in half my body, like at weight and protein. I would be bringing in probably 100. That's not half my body weight. I would say 80 to 90 grams of protein a day. And it was phenomenal. But with the kids' schedule, with like once summer hit, and then now we're into our fall winter sports, things just went downhill. And so my goal is to get back into that. Hey, I'm having 50 grams of protein every single day, whether that's in protein shakes, whether that's chicken, whatever. I need to get back into that habit of fueling my body so I can feel fuller. And I know when I have protein, I do that. And I eventually will work my way back up to a bit more than that because I know what my body needs. It's just, I want to set realistic yet really specific goals so that I know what I am aiming for every day. Hopefully that makes sense. And then finally, for my personal is I want to map out and or buy Christmas presents for my kids. I have 2 kids. And if you didn't know, I have a 13-year-old boy. His name is Cameron. I have an 11-year-old, 11 and a half year old daughter. Her name is Greenlee. And so one of my things is I do not like waiting till the last minute, and I already have ideas. The kids have already started like hinting towards things that they want and stuff like that. But I really just want to have a mapped out plan of, okay, this is what we're getting them, because we're not getting them a lot of stuff. Our kids aren't big stuff users. Like my daughter has like all of a sudden started to like makeup. Obviously she's in middle school now. But like other than clothes and makeup and sports stuff, my son plays basketball, football, baseball, bowling. I think I'm missing something with the ball, but he does all the things with balls. Like, okay, that sounded bad. Anyway, I digress. Unless it's specifically related to a sport that they're playing. Now my daughter's getting into more of like the fashionable stuff. Like they don't use things. They don't play with toys. They don't play with things like that. So I really want to be intentional with what we want to buy them, because I don't want to bring any extra junk in our house, if you know what I mean. I'm really trying to declutter and get stuff out and become more minimalistic, which is also almost impossible for my brain to like do, but we're working through it. But I really want to map that out ahead of time. Okay, now moving on to my business goals. I have opened up, I normally do not take one-on-one clients, but because I am kind of rebranding, moving into a new niche, I thought, okay, what better way to bring in revenue and also really like hone in on helping people create the version of themselves and their business that they really want to create, because this is something that I have done since my son has been in my belly, like, and he's 13. So 13 and a half years. I've owned my own business for 11 years. So this is something that is really like, I could do with my eyes closed. And I really want to support people really in the mindset that it takes in order to create a successful business, and a life that they want, because there are these three different pillars like that you need to worry about. It's like a little triangle. I like to do like a little circle here, a little circle here, a little circle here, and tell you the three different pillars. I won't go into that here, obviously, because I don't want this to be 45 minutes long. But when you're creating a business and a life that you want, there are certain things that you need to evaluate and you need to look at in order to say, okay, I am in alignment with my values. I'm in alignment with the season that is in my life right now, the season that is in my business right now. And I am in alignment and ready to take the next steps. And I know that it's not going to happen overnight. I know it's going to take time. And I really want to help people really hone in on that, creating a life and a business that they love where they are right now. So I would love to bring on 2 new one-on-one dream clients to do that. I want to record 4 YouTube videos, which I will also use on Facebook as well, just because repurposing content, it's really important to me. I also want to post to Facebook and Instagram 3 times a week, whether that's a video of me, whether that is just a static post. I want to do something so that I am keeping consistent with that. Okay, back now to financials, not back. Now to financials. I want to pay off 2 credit cards. That's super simple. Goal, pay off 2 credit cards. I'm thinking the total will be for the 2 credit cards that we will pay off. I have 2 in mind. It'll be anywhere from $1,800 to $2,300 to pay both of them off, not per, that's total. I want to map out our Christmas budget. We have to buy for our family, my mother-in-law, my husband's brother, his family. And actually that's it. We might do a Secret Santa with our friends, but that obviously is small budget. I won't really put that in our like family budget, if that makes sense. And then one thing that I am really, really guilty of is I will random Instacart, especially if I'm like bored and I'm thinking, oh, I just really want some egg rolls because, oh my gosh, I found these most amazing egg rolls, which I'm actually going to make those for lunch now that I'm talking about them. And you make them at home and you dip them in the yum yum sauce, which I did not know yum yum sauce existed until we were in Punta Cana in March when I was on my girls trip. Never had it before. I will never go back though. Like I always have some in my fridge now because it is that good. So if you've never had it, you need to get some. But they are delicious. Okay, but anyway, I tend to do random Instacarting. If I'm like, oh, I'm hungry for this, or oh, I think we'll do this. And that means I'm also not meal prepping and that I'm also just bored. And so my goal for November is to be intentional, especially knowing that we're going to have extra cost with Thanksgiving coming in and just really being intentional and conscious of what I'm spending. Because I'm a spender and I just don't want to be all willy-nilly. Spirit fingers. I saw. Okay. Now for my home projects, when people come to our house, most of our close friends know to come like through our garage. And so our garage is right connected to our laundry room. And that has been unpainted since we've moved in. Like we painted one wall because we wanted to paint before they put in the washer and dryer, but the other side has not been painted. And so it's like, you get to a point where you're just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm at that point where I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. And so my goal for this month is to finish painting the laundry room. We also have like a room in the basement that is that way. We painted all of the other rooms. But because we had storage in that room, now that that room is cleared out, it is way more spacious. So now I want to also paint that basement room that's going to be our workout room. And then I want to declutter our bedroom, which I took on like a couple of my least favorite things, but that is my goal it's not even my goal. It's my intention. It's going to get done. I want my bedroom to feel like an oasis. When I get into bed at night, I want to either light a candle, light some sage, and excuse me, and light some stuff and not light some stuff. Oh my gosh. And feel like I am coming into my own little like sacred bubble where I know that that's just, it feels good to me, if that makes sense. Like it's my, not even a safe zone, it's my sacred space. And so right now we have clothes everywhere. We have papers everywhere because we had friends over last weekend. So we just stuffed it all in here and we've not gone through like mail and all of that. So all of that to say, this room is going to be decluttered. And so this office is my office. And then so right here is our bedroom. This actually, when we moved in, used to be the hot tub room. And so it smelled of chlorine when we would come in here. And we had to remove the hot tub. It stopped working, nor did I want a 2-person hot tub inside to steam up the bedroom. Um, anyway, I digress. But like even working here, I have like a desk upstairs too, where it's more well lit. But as you can see, this one has a nicer backdrop for me to record videos. So even looking this way, like I see the clothes and I'm like, it needs to be cleaned. So that is my goal. All right. Those are my November goals. Next month, you will get a November review and like a December reset because I didn't do this for October. So I'm happy to share this with you for this month. And hopefully will help inspire you. And so how I did my goals is I just looked at what my end goals were for, hey, what do I want to accomplish by the end of the year? And then how do I break that down with 2 months? Because obviously November, December. And then in December, I will also do like planning for the year as well, because it's so important for me to say, okay, this is what I want to accomplish in 2023 so that I am not doing the same thing that I did this year, which is all gung ho in the beginning and then stop tracking what I'm doing because you don't know what you don't track and you can't improve what you don't track. And so letting that go off in the distance did not work very well for me. All right. I hope that this was helpful for you. Hopefully it sparks some ideas, helps you kind of see how you want to set up your month. If you are looking for one-to-one support on growing your business and your life in a way that fits you, please reach out, direct message me. I am happy to chat with you. Thanks so much, and I will see you later.